The spiritual hymns are an expression of our faith. Song is uplifting, songs tell a story. It expresses belief and emotion.
This is a Maronite hymn. It says, Jesus, your love is my healing power. Jesus, you are the love of my life and spirit forever.
The Maronites first came to Cleveland in the late 1800s. They made new lives here in Cleveland. Money, possessions? Nah. They had two things, faith and a determination to succeed. By 1915, they had their first parish pastor. And in 1939, they bought a church building downtown that we still celebrate Mass in today.
Being Maronite, being Christian, it's the backbone of our lives. Many Maronite Catholics are very active with charity organizations such as hunger centers, homeless shelters, literacy programs, and programs for orphans. Many of our people live their faith in service to others.
Some of us are busy raising families with strong values. Others are in demanding careers. In all courses of our life, our Christian faith is present.
St. Jude's Children's Hospital is a great example of rallying behind just an amazing cause. Many Cleveland Maronites worked closely with Danny Thomas when he got the concept of St. Jude's off the ground. Folks like Judge Joseph Nehra, he was an original board member, and my father, the late Bill Bishalany, and another original board member, and thousands of volunteers from Cleveland.
There is something for everyone at St. Maron Church. Sons of Mary is the men's group. We have 3 choirs for the 3 different church services. Groups for the youth and the Immaculate Conception Sodality.
The Immaculate Conception Sodality is a women's group, ages 18 and over, that was founded in 1934. We support our church in many services, and we have an upcoming trip to Rome to visit the shrines. Come and join us.
The MYA, or the Maronite Young Adult Organization, consists of people in their 20s and in their 30s. We have a lot of outings and special events, and we have national retreats with Maronites from all over the U.S.
So this past year, we had the 2015 MYA retreat in Cleveland, and we had a lot of great activities from prayer services in the morning, liturgies, and reconciliation, and in the evening we played hard, and we had bowling, and we had this huge campfire at the Independence property with over 80 MYA members there present, and we had a talk from Father George Al-Hajj about our spirituality as Maronites.
So the MYO, the Maronite Youth Organization, is a church group ranging from ages 12 to 18 years old. We do many activities from spiritual to social to service.
This past weekend in Akron, we had the opportunity to attend a spiritual retreat, and the theme of this retreat was mercy. And it was just an amazing feeling to be able to meet new people, grow in your faith together, learn more about your heritage and your faith.
We invite other parishes to come and compete and play in tournaments. And while we do so, we have everyone involved. The girls can play volleyball if they don't want to play basketball. The guys can compete, play basketball, play the tournament. And we have a fun time doing it, and we always enjoy it.
So this year we went and visited Regina's nursing home for the elders, and we Christmas caroled for them, and we brought great joy.
Nice. Are you a good singer?
I'm a good singer, but I'm a better beatboxer. All right, check me out.
We teach the Arabic classes on the weekend, first of all because of the convenience, the time convenience. Second of all, we want to keep the tradition alive, and the language, the Lebanese or the Arabic language, is part of the Maronite tradition as much as the Syriac tradition is.
Our Sunday school program teaches our children, the next generation of Maronites, about Christ, his life, his teachings, and about the wonderful Maronite traditions.
This whole year, it was amazing. It was really wonderful because everybody just came together, all our parishioners. They were really amazing in helping, and they were very eager for the centennial of St. Maron, and we're blessed to have that many people in our church. The NAM convention was amazing.
NAM is the National Apostolate of Maronite in the United States. Every year, NAM has been holding a national convention in a different city since 1964.
I can't tell you how proud we were at St. Maron to host the NAM convention this year. And it was, the success of NAM was due to our youth in our parish. They stepped up in a way. They chaired almost every committee, and they were amazing. We couldn't have done it without them. I'm very proud of them.
This past NAM convention in Cleveland, we had a workshop for young adults called Theology on Tap. We think it's the perfect combination of discussing spirituality in a social setting that's really attracting to young people, such as a bar. And we've had Father Tony's help in the past, and he's very engaging with the young adults, and we hope to continue to have more involvement in these types of settings.
Are there a lot of photos from the convention in general?
Yes, there's a lot of pictures from this convention on our website. NAM has its own Instagram page, and we're actually trying to promote more and more social media interaction, especially from the young adults, because that's all they really do is take pictures and share those pictures. So there's a lot of pictures from the Cleveland NAM convention.
بيتغيروا الموجات لا تخاف يا لبنان من قوة الصدمات من حرك الإيمان بيتغيروا الموجات نحنا وروما أصحاب عمسبح التكريس والسني خلف الباب وكل سني قديس نحنا وروما أصحاب عمسبح التكريس والسني خلف الباب وكل سني قديس هي فخر الكنيسة رفقايا قديسي هيدي أرض الله فيها المجد صلى شرب النعم طلع ورفقا الدنيا كلها هيدي أرض الله فيها المجد صلى شرب النعم طلع ورفقا الدنيا كلها هي أرض القديسين أرض الصلاة والدين هي أرض القديسين أرض الصلاة والدين هي فخر الكنيسة رفقايا قديسي هي فخر الكنيسة رفقايا قديسي نجبال حملايا البلاد عنايا نجبال حملايا البلاد عنايا جربتها معك في فان حردين والديمان هيدي أرض الله فيها المجد صلى شرب النعم طلع ورفقا الدنيا كلها هيدي أرض الله فيها المجد صلى شرب النعم طلع رفقا الدنيا كلها نجبال حملايا البلاد عنايا نجبال حملايا.
On January 31st, we hosted our first fashion show. Kids and young adults from our parish modeled the styles of great designers during a sit-down luncheon. From our Maronite community, Fadia Neme of Mademoiselle Boutique and Vera Boumade of Vera's Ladies Apparel provided many of the outfits for our show. The volunteer efforts of many parishioners made this event an all-around success.
everybody in hands. This is beautiful, isn't it? Thank you, everyone. You did a great job. I appreciate you. Rita Latou, Claire, where are you? Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, I used to be a former model, a foot model. So I was going to coach them and tell them how to do it and walk down the aisle. And at the end, you're going to do your pose. And at the end, you're going to do this kind of thing. And you're done. But really, the fashion show was excellent. It was a great opportunity for our community to be together and to put on such a wonderful event.
Last year, Monsignor Peter held a special presentation where we reviewed the origins of the Maronites dating back 1,600 years. It was fascinating to reflect on their preservation in that region of the world at a time when there were conflicting versions of Christianity.
They fled to Lebanon into the Lebanese mountains, which is the valley of An-Nubin. And that's where they built their monasteries and churches. And they kept on teaching the faith that Saint Maron had to Jesus, to the cross. And that's how our religion was built, on that faith.
We were honored to have the Patriarch visit us twice in the last couple of years. He is the head of our Maronite Church with congregations all over the world and some in very troubled areas. It was nice to have him here to have prayer and reflection on the challenges of the church and to be joyful of our faith in Jesus Christ.
I am happy that the next generation feels welcome in the Maronite community. One day, they will be leaders in the faith. This is an approachable church with a wonderful history. I mean, if you want to take a selfie with the Patriarch, by all means.
The saints are very important to us. Last year, we had an event honoring Saint Rivka. We reflected on her life. Many of our brothers and sisters from Lebanon bring a distinct Christian perspective. Drawing inspiration from the saints is part of our faith.
Well, St. Maron's means an awful lot to me, and certainly my family. My dad was a server on the altar because he knew the liturgy. His brother had been a priest. My mother went to the synodality meetings faithfully, and I joined the Maritime Club where I met terrific young people. We had a great time.
St. Maron's has this very special place in my heart. That's where my parents met. My mom was a singer in the choir, and my dad heard her voice, and that's where they got together and got married. It was nice. I was baptized there, so were my siblings, and we've all been very involved. And we can look forward to having even our kids being involved there as well.
Becoming a Maronite by choice through marriage 50 years ago this year, I have been blessed with the love, the caring, the patience, and the guidance by the entire Maronite community.
My grandparents were one of the founding members of this parish, and I'm glad to say that that tradition continued with my wife Judy Gazol, who at this very banquet some 31 years ago went out with me. And now 31 years later, we have 5 children, and we've continued the Maronite tradition. And it's the greatest gift the Maronite Church can ever give me as family, and I'm proud to be part of it.
I appreciate our grandfathers that came in here with basically nothing on ships from overseas and built such a beautiful congregation.
Can you imagine the kind of strength and endurance it takes to start a new church community?
Now fast forward 50 years, and the Cleveland Catholic Diocese hosted a Maronite Mass at St. John's Cathedral. There were over 2,000 people there. It was standing room only.
As we get ready to celebrate our 100th anniversary, we have this new property of 23 acres in Independence that is there for us to develop for our future generations.
We are hopeful that people who don't regularly attend St. Maron services always feel welcome.
We enjoy being there for the 9:30 English choir every Sunday because Paul tells us, speaking to yourselves in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody in your heart to the Lord, giving thanks always for all things unto God and the Father in the name of our Lord, Jesus Christ.
Our faith, we celebrate God's grace right now.
We are victorious right now because of Jesus.
The teachings of Jesus are a guide for our lives. The resurrection is victory. That's what we celebrate, and that's what we will continue to celebrate.